What's going on, guys? It is TemperAlliance, and today's video I'm going to be going through the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare trailer that was released a few days ago. And the reason for that, they were actually supposed to release it today on a Sunday, but it was leaked by someone, so the Call of Duty guys decided to upload it pretty much at the same time because it was already leaked. So they goes, why not show it now? So yeah, so this is going to be the trailer. I'm not going to show it to you guys. I'm going to go through it, just a little bits and that, kind of like taking some parts out of the trailer out and just showing it to you guys, and talking. I'm just like talking about it in my own opinions and good stuff like that. So if you guys want, I'm going to put a link in the description, and that link will take you over to the Call of Duty YouTube page, and you can watch the trailer there. So what I really suggest for you guys to do, to pretty much understand this video and to pretty much not spoil it for you guys, is to go over, watch the trailer, and then come back over here if you haven't watched the trailer. And yeah, so that is pretty much all I want to say about it. So let's get into the trailer. So the first one that we're seeing here is pretty much the intro, and it says the following was captured on Xbox One. So that kind of gives us information that that it wasn't like a computer work. They didn't pretty much make it as good quality as possible, like what normally happens for games. So this was actually in-game footage of the campaign on the Xbox One, and it kind of gives us a little clue that I'm not really sure, but I'm guessing that all DLCs and all that stuff will be released first on Xbox, and then it'll be out a month later for PC and PlayStation, guys, which is a little bit disappointing because, in my own opinion, even though I am normally playing on Xbox, so I would get the DLC first, but in my own opinion, I really do think that the DLC should be released at the exact same time on all platforms. But it's still doing the exact same thing. So yeah, so it kind of sucks for PlayStation and PC, guys, but we really can't do anything about that. So it's pretty much going to go as normal. So yeah, so anyway, moving on. It's pretty much like 2 seconds after the intro, we see this guy with his big high-tech armor on, and there's like little logo on the back of the letter A, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But the tech that he has on him is absolutely huge, and most of them have them on during this trailer. So it's kind of giving us a little clue like we would be wearing this all the time. So it's not going to be just regular soldiers. It's just going to be soldiers in high-tech armor, which is really cool. So yeah, and then after that we have like 2 guys just walking in the same kind of tech, which is really cool with the optical from Black Ops 2. So there's kind of some Black Ops 2 tech in this trailer, which is also really cool as well. And moving on, we pretty much see the helicopters like we did in Halo and other Call of Duty games, so it's not really much about that. This is actually the interesting part. So this guy was actually on the teaser image that was first released for the next Call of Duty game for 2014, and as you could actually tell, that he was actually at the back of the picture, and it kind of looks the exact same as this guy. So I'm not really sure where he pointed out. I think we'll be playing as him because he rarely shows up for most of the trailer, but I'm not really sure. But the way he's like the stuff that he's wearing with the guns and regular stuff on him, we already seen that. We can see some Black Ops 2 tech on him with the phone strapped onto him, and the one with the and there was also a word Atlas in front of him as well, with the letter A of the logo that we saw earlier on strapped onto the back of the guy. So I'm not really sure where Atlas comes in. I think that's the name of their squad. I think that's the name of their team, but I'm not really sure. But sooner or later we will find out anyway. Moving on now, this is actually the best part, an invisible helicopter. This is probably brand new to Call of Duty, like we never seen before. Back in Black Ops 2, only soldiers can go invisible, but we never seen a helicopter go invisible. We never seen transport go invisible. So what I'm guessing is somewhere in the campaign, we're going to be sneaking around some people or something like that, going stealth mode, trying to protect the helicopter from getting shot down or stuff like that. So that's actually really cool as well. The next one that I really want to point out is it's actually pretty interesting to me, and the guy who was actually playing a very big part, and his name is Kevin Spacey. And if you guys don't know who he is, he pretty much does be on House of Cards. That's what he's mostly known for, but he's playing a big role in this Call of Duty campaign. Now, I'm not really 100% sure, but people are saying that he plays as the bad guy, but I'm not really sure. He pretty much narrates throughout the whole trailer, and the way he talks, it kind of gives us a little clue that he's going to be playing as the bad guy, but I'm not really sure. If you guys know, then please let me know, because it'll be really interesting to know. So I'm not really sure. So moving on is actually this is actually the best part. You can't really tell much, but the way it looks is honestly amazing. It's the guy in the high-tech suit. I'm not really sure what the whole purpose of the high-tech suit is, but it kind of gives us a little clue throughout the trailer what it can do. So that's pretty much interesting as well. So I'm not really sure if we're going to have this on us all the time, but like I said before, I'm guessing all soldiers will have this high-tech on. And the way in front of them as well, look at the fire, the burnt out metal and all that stuff. It honestly makes the game look great, and it just makes it more exciting. And this is actually interesting as well. So the guy in a suit, and the way he puts on his armor, it's kind of like an Iron Man special effect with the helmet. It just all he does is nods his head, and then the helmet just comes straight down, and he's fully armored. And the tech that he has on him as well is kind of like a bigger high tech, which is pretty much really cool as well. And I'm not really sure if this is true, but the whole purpose of the tech is to lift up heavy materials like a car or something that humans cannot lift at all. So that's pretty much a machinery that help them lift up heavy objects, but I'm not really sure. But nevertheless, it does look pretty cool. This is probably the funniest part of the trailer. A guy just walks in through the door, and the other guy from the other side just gives him a slap across the head, and he just falls off the side, which is honestly probably the funniest part of the trailer. But you know, it's really interesting because this kind of shows us a melee attack that we could use in the campaign. So like sneak up to someone or something like that and just like give him a smack across the head. To be completely honest, I'm not really sure if this is going to be a new melee attack. I think we'll be able to do this during the campaign at some point, but I don't think you're going to be able to do it whenever you want. But it's kind of funny to point out because it just makes it a little bit funny, really, in my own opinion. And next up is pretty much two guys shooting across the road while there's cars driving across. I kind of want to point this out because the most important reason, there's cars driving across while there's two guys shooting each other across the road. Like, if that was me, if I was in the car, I would stop the car, turn around, and go the completely opposite way. Like, these guys are just going past them like nothing is happening. Just, you know, it's like a normal day or something, you know. It's kind of funny the way that they just think that it's grand that they can just drive past. But if that was me, I would stop and go the completely opposite way. But you know, apparently these guys don't care. But it's kind of interesting to know. And he still has the high-tech armor on with the gun, just shooting across the road, which is pretty cool as well. Most people doing their videos for this trailer, they always stop at this point, and I'm guessing the reason for that is to guess what year we're going to be playing this, because obviously this is going to be based in the future, you know, with all the high tech, because we don't see them now, so it's obviously going to be in the future, and it's kind of giving us a little clue what year it's going to be in. But in my own eyes, I don't have a clue. And the way the cars are set out, and burnt cars, and the view looks absolutely amazing. People are just there in front of us just like running away scared. But to be completely honest, I'm not really sure. I like the flag green, white and green. But if you guys know anything about this, know anything better about this image, then please let me know in the comments. It'll be greatly appreciated. Moving on, this is probably one of the things that you can do with your high-tech armor is to jump 10 feet above the ground. This is actually pretty cool what you can do. You know, there's this guy just jumping as high as he can, and he's just landing perfectly on the ground, which is pretty cool, and I'm guessing that's one of the things that you can do. Next one is the 3D image of pretty much this town here, and people are stopping here to pretty much have a clue where we're going to be playing as in the campaign. I'm guessing somewhere in America, because the way with the buildings are sketched out and everything like that. So somewhere in America, I'm not really sure, but that's going to be one of the country anyway. So you know, you can't really tell where, but you know, we're going to have a 3D image map, which we also saw back in Black Ops 2. So that's pretty much cool as well. So we can't really tell much where, but it does look cool. This is probably an interesting part of the trailer. It's pretty much the same thing. The guy nods his head and the helmet just comes down, but this is a different helmet. This has like different opticals or whatever it's called on the helmet, and I'm guessing what I can do is like zoom in and out, turn on thermal, you know, kind of like a night vision goggles type of thing. So it does look pretty cool on the helmet. Hopefully we'll be able to use it in the campaign because it does look pretty cool, and you know, I would honestly love to use it. So it does look pretty cool as its own. Moving on is just two guys jumping up using the same old technique that we saw when the guy was like 10 feet up in the air, just moving up higher. So I'm guessing some point in the campaign, if there was something too high and we need to go over that way, we'll be able to jump over things, so to enable to continue with the campaign. So that's pretty much cool as well. This is probably well, this is only the first person image on what we could do, so pretty much I don't know why, but the gun kind of looks like from Black Ops 2. I just don't know why, I just sees it as that. But as you can see, there's two sights on the gun, so what I'm guessing it's going to be the first one at the front is just going to be a normal one, and then you can like press something on your stick or whatever, or if you're on PC like a button or something, and the second one will pop up and it will zoom in closer. That's what I'm guessing. I'm not really sure what it's going to do, but I'm guessing it's going to do that since there's like two sights on the gun. And also, as you can see in front, there's this transport that hovers and flies away. It does, as we also saw in Black Ops 2, and it's kind of like more Halo effect. I just wanted to point out that because it does seem pretty interesting. Moving on, no one really pointed this out, but I think it's pretty cool. This is another thing that you can do with the armor, and as you can see, your man is just opening the door with his hand. So before in Call of Duty, they have to choose you know, C4s or grenades or something to open the door, but now this guy can just use his hand just to open the door, and the door just goes wide open with the armor. Obviously, if he wasn't using the armor, then he will pretty much hurt his hand, but pretty much with the armor you can open doors, which can be cool as well. Now, also no one really has pointed this out, but what I'm guessing is there's this machine, this transport that scans the whole place so that no one's around, so they can scan who is there and who's not. I'm not really sure the whole purpose of it. I'm not really sure what it's actually supposed to do. I'm just taking a wild guess on what it can do, because it does look like it's scanning something. So it could be scanning the place to see if there's no one around, there's no enemies hiding or lurking anywhere. So yeah, so that's pretty much what I think of that. This is pretty much what we've already seen in Black Ops 2. Your man is going invisible, what we already see in Black Ops 2, but we didn't see it in the multiplayer, so obviously this isn't going to be in the multiplayer. I'm guessing it's just going to be in the campaign, so we've already know about that, so we don't need to talk about it. This one is really interesting. So before we had sights, and when you put it against you know, an object, we would be able to see through it and see if there's enemies lurking, but this time he uses a grenade, and pretty much he throws it up in the air and it scans the whole place, and after scanning it you can see through objects where all the enemies are after the grenade scanned it. So that's pretty much interesting. We've never seen it before in Call of Duty, and it's going to be really cool to see what we can do it you know, for a campaign, and see if it would be available in multiplayer. There's a very high chance that it would be able to use in multiplayer, because it just looks freaking awesome. Yeah, so moving on is this guy in a very big high-tech armored suit, and it looks like it's going to protect them, but he can also use it to pretty much shoot enemies. So as you can see here, he pretty much uses his arm to take out a sentry gun attached to the armor, and he just shoots down. It's just honestly amazing. But I don't think we're going to, this can't be a multiplayer. If it's going to be a multiplayer, then it's going to be overpowered as hell. It's pretty much like a juggernaut with a sentry gun attached to him, and it's just absolutely amazing. You know, a lot of high tech is in this game that we've never seen before, which is honestly pretty cool. Moving on is that this guy has gloves on him, and it's kind of like stickies. It's kind of like a Spider-Man effect. He just looks at his hands, and there's pretty much gloves that he can pretty much use to climb up walls. So we can now climb up walls and you know, lurk around places in the campaign, obviously, and that's really cool as well. This is probably an interesting one. So they're on motorbikes that hover, so there's no wheels attached to them. It's just hovering bikes that just pretty much hovers. Really, that's all I can point out, and we can see it in first person as well. What it's going to be what it's going to look like, and you can also shoot as well. So that's pretty much interesting to see. And also, we've already seen this before, but it's pretty much like a dragon fire that we've seen in Black Ops 2, but it's pretty much Sledgehammer's addition to it, which looks pretty cool. But you know, we've already seen something like this, so it's not really much to point out. I just wanted to point it out in the game. And finally, the last thing I just want to point out in this trailer is that this guy uses this shield. It's kind of like a shield that we've also seen in Black Ops 2. I'm pretty much pointing everything from Black Ops 2. It's pretty much a shield, but except you can put it anywhere. It's kind of like a barricade, but except you have two little sticks. You place it on one, and you run around on the other side and place it on the other side, and it pretty much acts like a barricade wall, and that no one can shoot through. So it can pretty much protect you. So yes, that's pretty much new implanted in the game. We might see it in multiplayer because it's pretty much like a shield. I don't think they're going to put a shield in it, but except they're just going to be able to let us put, you know, a barricade wherever we want. But to be completely honest, I'm not really sure, because they could do anything with the multiplayer. This is only a campaign. Yeah, so that's actually pretty much it. All that I wanted to share with you from the campaign trailer. And they're just letting you guys know that not everything that we see in this campaign might not be able to use in the multiplayer, because there's so much stuff that you can do in the campaign that I think they're going to take out from the multiplayer, just to keep it as fair as a normal Call of Duty game. Because in Black Ops 2, you know, we had all this crazy high-tech stuff, never made it till the multiplayer, because you know it'll just be hectic. So don't expect all this to be in the multiplayer. Just letting you guys know that some of it could be, some of it could not be, but we're just gonna have to wait and see and find out. So this is only campaign trailer, and the rest of it is pretty much bombings and crashing and, you know, the good old outro. So hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a like, and also comment down below and tell me what you guys think of this trailer. And in my opinion, I think it's going to be good, since it was actually in-game footage. So hopefully we'll be able to see more of that. Hopefully we'll be able to see the multiplayer soon, but we're just going to have to wait and see about that. So anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in my next one.